Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, your host on Intellect Digest, and today we have with us the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra Dual SIM Phablet. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the important aspects that you need to know before you make a purchase decision for buying the Xperia T2 Phablet. I'll talk about all the important aspects including the box contents and what all you get, size, form factor, build quality review. I'll give you a display quality as well as touchscreen responsiveness review. I'll talk about the specification. I'll also talk about the camera features, camera quality review. I'll give you some camera samples as well. I'll show you how the video playback looks like on the 6-inch screen. I'll also talk about the applications that come preloaded. I'll talk about the signal and call quality, benchmark scores, and also talk about important aspect, which is the battery life of the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra. Let's get started with our review. Starting with the box content or what all you get with the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra, we get the Xperia T2 Ultra. The battery is concealed, so battery is not separately in the box, it is inside the phone only. And you have standard 3.5mm earphones. They come with metallic mesh. They are not in the ear types, they are standard type with standard headset. But the sound quality is decent. I have tested these and they work fine. There's standard micro USB cable, a wall charger, and you also get some standard startup guides, warranty manuals, and some other documentation. Now let's talk about the size and form factor of the device. This is a 6-inch phablet, so it is fairly large. Besides that, it is fairly slim. This is 7.7mm thickness, so it is a very slim profile for a large screen device like this, and it weighs around 170 grams. Frankly speaking, I don't find it to be very difficult to carry. It is fairly slim and easily pocketable. However, it is long when it comes to length, so you may find it a bit difficult to fit it in your tight jeans. But otherwise, it's fairly easy to carry around. There is a 6-inch display at front, which is a high definition display, and you get a 1.1 megapixel camera which is on the front. There's some standard sensor along it, and there is a standard speaker mesh on the top. The microphone is inside this slot. It looks like a speaker slot, but it is actually a microphone slot, so it looks like symmetric and gives it a good and smart looking design. On the rear, you get a 13 megapixel rear sensor which comes with an LED flash. This camera is capable of taking some good pictures. The back is glossy white. There is secondary microphone for noise cancellation which gives good audio clarity. There is near field communication, so there is a logo of NFC here, Sony branding, Xperia branding here, and there is the speaker grill down here. I'll also demonstrate the sound quality very soon, so keep watching. On the right hand side, you get a power key which is circular and finished in metal. The sides are finished in glossy mirror-like finish, as you can see all over the phone, which gives it kind of a premium look. Below the power button, you get the volume rocker key. This is a fairly small volume rocker, but it does feel tactile and is okay when it comes to feedback. There is a dedicated camera shutter key as well. Bottom is fairly clean, and so is the left hand side. There is a micro SD card slot here which is under the flap, and moving up you get a standard micro SD port for charging as well as data syncing. Above the power button, there is another flap on the right hand side which houses the SIM card slots. There are two micro SIM card slots on the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra, and just above these you get a standard 3.5mm audio jack. The build quality of T2 Ultra is really good, just like other Xperia devices, but it is not as premium as the Z series that we see, the Z1 or Z2. The back is prone to scratches as well as fingerprints. As you can see, there are minor scratches already on this phone, and this surface is not that high quality material, but it is not scratch resistant, so you better put a cover or keep it nicely, otherwise it will get scratched badly. Next important aspect is the display of the phone. Since this is a large screen phablet, display matters a lot. This is not a full high definition but a high definition 720p display with a display resolution of 1024 by 720. It works fine and it gives some really good color quality with a tri-luminous display technology, and the viewing angles are also decent. As you can see, the colors come out to be nice. The pixel per inch density may be slightly low, but it does not make it look dull at all. It looks pretty vibrant and the colors come out to be really alive. Just to give you a demonstration of the touch sensitivity as well as accuracy of this display, I'll quickly play a game on this to show you how easy it is to play games and how good it is when it comes to multimedia consumption on this large screen device. I'm playing Frontline Commando. It basically works on touch inputs, and I have no problem giving the inputs to this phone, and as you can see, I can very accurately control my player. It's very easy to play this game on this phone. It's a large screen device. It's very easy to control the player, aim and shoot. Let me also show you video and audio playback so that you can see the multimedia performance of this phone. So I'll quickly stream a video from our YouTube channel. I'm streaming this video in high definition just to give you a demo of how good the quality is. I'll turn the volume up so that you can sense the loudness of the speakers. The speaker is provided on the back here. This is the speaker mesh. The display quality is coming out to be really nice, but the audio is not that loud. It would be better if you use earphones with the phone while consuming videos, because the speakerphone are not that impressive. Let me play an audio track to give you the demonstration of the loudness of the speakers. As you noticed, when I place it on the surface like this, the sound gets muffled, which is not a good design trait. You will have to keep it either like this. You cannot put it on a flat surface to watch videos. The sound quality on audio tracks, however, is good. I have tested it with the earphones and the quality of audio on the earphones come out to be really good. After audio and video, let's talk about the camera performance of this phone. So the camera at the rear is a 13 megapixel camera which comes with LED flash and takes some good pictures. I'll quickly give you a demo. I have noticed that the sharpness in these pictures is slightly low and the pixels tend to break soon after we zoom into the image. It is probably because we are not shooting in proper light conditions, but for indoor it may not be the best camera that you can get, but it still does the job really well. There are also many modes that this phone provides. So in terms of camera modes, you get a lot of modes on the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra. So you have intelligent auto mode or superior auto mode, which actually analyzes the scene and detects what mode to shoot in. There is a manual mode in which you can adjust the settings, social live, time burst, which is very interesting mode in which you can take a burst of images just in one click. And so say if there is motion in the frame, so you can actually decide which frame to keep. As there are multiple frames in one click, you can decide among these 30 shots which one you want to keep. Say I find this shot to be appropriate, so it is clearest of all these, so I'll just press OK and I have this shot saved here. In case I want to use any other shot, I still have all the other frames stored, so I can click here and select the shot even at a later stage. It is very useful when you are shooting something like a sports event, etc. The time burst mode comes in very handy. There is AR effect which adds some really cool animations. There is a picture effect, sweep panorama, portrait retouch, background defocus. Background defocus is another very interesting effect which comes with the Sony Xperia series. I'll quickly show you the same. I have clicked this picture with the background defocus, and as you can see, the watch in this picture is in focus and rest all has gone blur. You can decide how blur the background goes. You have to take the shot with steady hands and it takes two exposures, one of the foreground and one of the background, in which case it allows you to blur the background very easily. This effect works very easily on the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra. Now let me talk about the specifications and show you the benchmark scores on the Sony T2 Ultra. Before I start on the specification, let me quickly show you how it performs on the popular benchmarks. On the Antutu benchmark tool, we got a score of 19,000. Considering that this phone is not the top of the line phone, but it still manages to do well. It is powered by a 1.4 GHz Snapdragon 400 chipset. It is a quad-core processor and has 1 GB of RAM. It has 8 GB internal memory, out of which 4.7 GB is available for the user, and you can always expand the memory by adding a microSD card of up to 32 GB capacity. Let me also show you the graphics benchmarks to give you a perspective of how good it is when it comes to graphics and gaming. We ran Nina Mark II benchmark test on this and we got a score of 56.3 frames per second. It uses the Adreno 305 GPU, which is fairly capable, and we find this GPU on many flagship devices. So there is no problem when it comes to gaming. We just showed you a demo of the Frontline Commando and it works pretty well with all other games as well, because the specifications of this phone are pretty good and it is capable of playing games with ease. And the large screen with a high definition display makes the gaming experience even better. Let me talk a bit about the software and interface, then we'll talk about the battery life of this phone. This phone is powered by Android Jelly Bean 4.3 and it is probably upgradable to 4.4 when it is rolled out. Right now we don't see any update from Sony, but we believe Sony will roll out a 4.4 KitKat update for this phone. The user interface is fairly good and intuitive. There is good customization done by Sony, and we really like their UI which they put on the Sony Xperia devices. There are touch capacitive buttons which are a part of the screen itself, so when you turn the screen, they actually turn all the screen as well as the home screens, app drawer, etc. are all rotated. It becomes very easy to use such devices in the landscape as well as portrait mode. The touch buttons also rotate accordingly and they are easily accessible. You can view multimedia, you can enjoy your device as a phone as well as a tablet. It is a very good form factor phablet, so if you want to enjoy movies on the go, you can do that with ease. It also supports some level of multitasking by using the pop-up windows. When you click on this multi-window button, you get all these small icons down here. These are all the pop-up applications which you can launch, and you can launch them just like this, and it launches in a pop-up mode. So you have a calculator which is floating around your screen. It is very easy. You can type whatever you want here and keep notes. And one more interesting fact about the Xperia T2 Ultra is that the keyboard comes with swiping feature which is inbuilt, so you do not need to install third-party keyboard applications. This keyboard works really well. The app drawer also comes with slight customization where you can arrange the applications in alphabetical order, most used order. You can also uninstall and install application right from the screen, and it gives you a lot of options to organize and keep the applications arranged in such a way that is convenient to you. You can also quickly search your applications from here. You just need to swipe from the left edge of the screen. When you are on the application drawer, and you will see all these options. You also get some customized applications by Sony like the Sony album, the Walkman application, and multimedia application which is the video player by Sony, which actually increases the multimedia experience on the Sony phones. You get a lot of camera modes, and you can install as well as update these camera modes from the Play Store. Last but not the least, the battery life. This phone uses a 3000 mAh battery, which is practically huge. This is a 720p display with a 6-inch display size, so it does consume some battery, but with the kind of battery performance and the optimization that is done, the battery easily gives you around 2 days of usage without any troubles. If you are a heavy user, it will still last for 1 day or slightly more than that. It also supports on-the-go cable or the OTG, and you can also attach OTG pen drives like these to the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra to consume multimedia information on the go from a pen drive just like this. Summing up our review of the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra, we find it to be a very good value for money device. However, it seems to be slightly pricey at around $500 or 25,000 rupees. It does perform really well. It feels good, has good build quality, is fairly sleek. The camera, however, is not that encouraging. It could have been better. Near field communication and other connectivity options make this a really viable option. It comes with dual SIM functionality, so you can keep 2 SIM cards. It has 3G data connectivity. You have large screen. The video performance as well as audio performance is really good. The speakers are not that loud. This could have been better. In the nutshell, we give it a thumbs up. This is all we have on this review of the Sony Xperia T2 Ultra. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up by pressing the like button below. For more such videos, stay subscribed by pressing the subscribe button. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.